As we're on the last week of May and we are going into a new topic of discussion in our thought for today, um, one of the biggest by far, the Bible tells us very clearly not to be involved in this situation. And yet I have made the statement through the years, I've never met anyone that at least at times doesn't end up in the traps of this circumstance. So it becomes a biggie. There are lots of things in this day and time that I could be talking about. I could spend all of my time talking to you about what's going on in the world. We shouldn't be caught into the middle of this topic that goes along with that. God does not intend for us to live our lives that way, but we all get caught in it. Let's look at what it is. Matthew chapter 13. We're going to read verse 7. Then we're going to read verse 22. And this is the parable of the sower that Jesus is telling, the parable of the sower. Verse 7 says, "And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them." That's the seed that the sower is sowing. Some of the seed that the sower sowed, boy, that takes to try to say that 15 times. But some of the seed that the sower sowed fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. Verse 22, Jesus is explaining the parable to his disciples, and he says, "He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful." The cares of the world and the deceitfulness of riches rise up. This is it. It's one of the biggest thieves of joy in all of human living. The cares of the world, or worry. And I say again to you as we close out this first session, I have never met anyone who was not caught up in this situation at times. And if you are caught up in worrying and the cares of the world, you will not be joyful, you will not be victorious at the same time that you are worrying. It's impossible.